Welcome to the Wilshire Gun Podcast.
What's going on, guys? We're back here again. We got September. I got Tyler with me again this month, so pretty exciting stuff.
Who knows?
Right? So let's kick right into it. Training stuff. Training stuff's up on the website. All the normal, like I always say, all the normal offenders are all there. But something kind of excited, Will has developed two brand new classes, never been seen before. We got Defeating the Holster, which is a class that is basically 100% about drawing out of the holster, getting it out, getting shots on target, getting it back into the holster.
Yep.
I guess that was a popular demand from some students that he had. So he took time, he developed that class. Sounds like it's going to be really good. They're going to be running, I think there's 2 of them this month, but that should become a regular, at least for a while. So that's going to be a cool class to have. The next one is pistol precision shooting. Mm-hmm. So it's more of a target-focused pistol class, but it really hones in on making good hits, accurate hits at distance. Most people shoot 3 to 7 yards in the range. We want you guys to start pushing out further, getting more proficient at those longer distances, and this is the class to show you kind of how to do that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at when you go out and you start learning how to go and take and start doing, what we traditionally have called like bullseye type shooting at like 25 yards, and when you start getting precise there and start learning how you really can go and take and how those skills will translate to making you more efficient up close and under time. A lot of the same fundamentals about how you're going to take and pulling that trigger translate. And then on the holster piece, it's great is, the general feedback we get, we're not here teaching people how to be commandos or any of that stuff. We don't do that here at Wilshire. That's just not what we do. But what we do teach and we try to teach is to get people who most of you know that have been here and seen our classes. We see people who have never touched a gun before, and that's the majority of many of our training clientele that come in. And that's really what we're here for, is to get you to come in and just become familiar, and that's our whole goal. That's our whole mission in the world, right? And in the general feedback we get in like concealed carry classes and everything else is, I want to conceal carry, but I don't really feel confident carrying it. And then I don't really know, it's a very foreign thing to be able to grab a firearm and pull it from a holster, right? And it's a mental gap issue. And so that class is all about overcoming that hurdle. So if you're out there and you're watching this video, or you know somebody that just won't conceal carry because they just don't feel confident carrying it on their body and drawing from that holster or carrying in that holster, they just don't have that confidence level, this is the class that is really built for them. It is built baby steps to go and take and build them the confidence to get that gun out from the holster, confidence, and go from there. So it is that way to lead in and get them to conceal carry, which is ultimately what we're trying to do, have them have that firearm to protect themselves and others.
Yep. So a couple other notes, both of those classes are priced at entry-level pricing. Yep. So they're both $50. So they're not super expensive. They're a couple hours. They're smaller class sizes, so you get lots of hands-on time with it. So all of those can be found on the website, wilshiregun.com/training. Scroll down, you'll see the calendar. Down below that's the individual classes. So if you're interested in those, definitely go check them out. I highly recommend them. I highly recommend always getting training. So take a look at them.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, moving into the next section, something new, something old. Right back here, I got my first something old. We have carried these for quite a while. For those that are unfamiliar, these are GPS bags. And when I say this is just one style, I'm kind of understating it because there's about 30 different types, sizes, but these are purpose-built range bags. And you can get away with a duffel bag, kind of the same way you can get away with a 1996 Honda, but it's always nice to drive that new hotness, right? Yeah. So we're going to kind of explore into this just a little bit so you guys can kind of see when I say purpose-built, what I'm talking about.
And while he's unlocking the same, most people have seen, like when you go to the range or been in the range, a lot of people have seen, if folks walking around, it looks like they come from school and they've got the backpacks And even some of the backpacks have like roller wheels and the roller. I mean, those are GPS bags, and they make some really cool designs. But we're starting all the way from the basic range bags that they have all the way up. These things are purpose built. Jake's going to show you here. Yeah. There's some cool stuff.
So one of the coolest deals, they have built-in lift ports. I can grab it right here, and these are not soft. These are pretty rigid.
Yep.
Kind of starting here in the front, you can see it comes with some knickknacks, doodads, some storage tubes that you could put. I mean, they look like choke tubes, but
if you've got like wire bore brushes or plastic bore brushes for your guns that go and take and have oil and dirt on them, and you can put them inside the. I mean, they come with these purpose-built things, knowing exactly what you normally would keep in them, and they come with the bags.
Little see-through clear package right there. Nice outer package on that as well. Like I said, it comes with all that storage stuff. Over here on the side, you got 2 side pockets. Pretty basic. Then on the flip side, it comes again, more storage. This one's marked keys. So I guess you can put keys or anything key shaped in there. Another, Velcro, or it's like a mesh see-through storage bag, keep stuff in. It's got like a little tackle box thing. You can keep, extra gun parts, extractors, springs, all kinds of stuff comes with it. On the top flap, again, we got more storage, iPro storage, big long ones. We got EarPro, like for plugs, different stuff like that. Big main compartment. A lot of guys put gun boxes in these, and they will stack them. And then it comes with a shoulder strap as well, so I can convert it. Just a lot of good storage, a lot of well thought out storage. And I mean, it's relatively compact. And I see guys bring these in here to the range, and they are chocked full of stuff.
Yep.
And the amount of stuff you can get in these and the convenience that they provide is well worth the price of admission.
Yeah, so some of the designs that you have them all the way from like rolling toolbox size bags that go and take and open up like a plumber's tool bag kit, all the way down to to range bags and like sporting clay bags. If you do sporting clays, like specific for sporting clays, they have them for specific for trap and skeet shooters. They have them specific for like long range shooters and precision shooters that have segmented spaces now that they have in some models for like optics and range glass, and you can put bipod or tripods and stuff in them. I mean, they make some really unique stuff and some really cool things. So come in and check them out. We've got all that stuff, and it goes all the way down to individual pistol and individual firearm bags that you can go and take and stuff in, and then put those inside your inside what you've got. So really cool stuff. That was it's got over here on the side attached, and Jake was just playing with it. Right here, pulls out from the side on the zip. But there's if you're sitting out at the range and you're waiting to go in firing order and weather comes up, you have a rain cover so nothing gets wet. It's pretty neat. It's pretty.
Everything.
Yeah, so they got a little bit of everything. These are really neat bags. They're really cool, especially at the price point where they're at. Great value, cool stuff. So come in and check them out. We just got a big restock and everything else, and so we'd love to have you come in and take a look at them.
Yep. You can find those right under the stairs, right there by the knives and stuff. So GPS bags, definitely a good pickup. My other something new, or this is the something new, not the something old, is these are the SIG Romeo 2s. So this is an all-encompassing system that SIG developed. There's been the great transition, I guess you could call it, from open to closed emitters. Yeah. And SIG kind of came out and said, ¿Por qué no los dos? Why not both?
Yeah, so for those at home that are kind of like, hey, get lost sometimes in the lingo or just catching out, we're not trying to go and take and blow you away with a lot of terminology. So when we say an open emitter, what we mean by that is you're going to have, for like a red dot optic, you're going to have an emitter, but it's exposed to air. So I can put my finger in there and I can put an obstruction so I can physically block the laser from hitting and reflecting against the glass so you can't see it, right? So you can get obstructions, you can get dirt, you can get grime, you can get things inside of it. But this has been really the standard design for most like pistol optics since, really we started putting them on pistols all the way back to the Doctor optic back in the day when we were, wasn't really intended for that, but we made it. And then the RMR. But where we've kind of come into is a new generation of what we call the closed emitters. And that's more like your typical red dot optics that you see like on rifles, where you have glass at both ends, and then you have it purged or something on the inside, so you're not getting moisture inside. And what you end up with is the ability to go and take, and you have dirt and grime stay out of it, and it goes and it takes, and you go and get less ability to fog and all these other different things. So under more environmental conditions. That technology wasn't really there when we started out. Now it kind of is, and we can get it smaller, and so it's going into the pistol optics. So things like the Aimpoint Acro, the Steiner MPS,
the 509
from HoloSun, right? These, the new EPS from HoloSun. So these are enclosed emitters. What is so unique, what Jake was saying about the Romeo 2, is you have the ability to adapt this to your environment. And that is really unique because most of your closed emitters, they have really odd footprints underneath, require different adapters, they require sit higher, you have to do more to get them to work for you, right? So what is really unique about this, we kind of tear into the box, and the reason I know is because I've had a Romeo 2 now for about 7 months now. I got a demo that I got in, and I've tried. We've been running it on a demo pistol that we kind of built and we're running, and the thing has been very, very interesting. So this is one of the hoods. This is a secondary hood for when you want to run it, and then there is a piece of glass in here that I'll get to, and that piece of glass when I find it, but that piece of glass will come in and will fill in this space. And then your hood would be able to go in and take and clamp down, and then you would seal it, and it would become an enclosed emitter. Or you can run it just as is in its lightest form, which it's incredibly strong. And then you can also just run it as is, but with a reinforced hood. So you can go for like real hard duty use for like law enforcement, military, or just, concealed carriers and duty use. So you have 3 different options. You can run it light, run it reinforced shroud, and then you can run it closed emitter, depending upon your weather condition, and shift between the 3. And that makes it really, really unique and interesting. And then why that's also really cool is because it allows the standard footprint. It will go on any of your Romeo 1 Pro / Delta Point footprints. So all of your SIGs, staccato, all of those, this will go and take and fit onto it. Boom, and drop right in without adapter plates.
Right, so no weird acro plates or anything like that.
Any of that stuff. And then you get an enclosed emitter if you wanted it without having to go with a lot of crazy plates, keeping it low and your height axis on the dot. So
yeah, comes as basically like you said, as the kit right here. They make them in 3 and I believe 6 MOA dots. You get tools and all this, basically everything you need to manage this optic system comes in that box, and it's ready to go. So I thought that would be a cool little show off, because a lot of people, you see them sitting on the box, but they don't really.
Yeah, people don't really know what they are, right? And because it's one of those things that's kind of lost in the sauce with stuff. People have heard of Aimpoint. People have heard of like the HoloSuns. People, I mean, they have, but there haven't been enough of these really out yet in the public, in a large numbers. Because I look at like things like every once in a while I'll check like Optics Planet and stuff, and I see they're constantly out of stock or not in stock. They haven't got a big load of them yet. And because mostly they've just gone out to individual master and elite dealers like us, so there's just a few out there in the public that are rotating. So we've got our initial orders in, so they're here. Yep.
So definitely a cool optic option. And if you guys want to see them, they're down there in the optics counter. So come check them out. Definitely worth your time.
They're worth the price of admission.
They are worth the price of admission. So, all right, bringing us into our last little product announcement, I guess you could call it. Month of September, what are we doing? Well, I know dove season has just kicked off, or it's about to kick off. We're getting into some other foul times for hunting and stuff.
We're going to be coming up here within just a few months, coming towards the end of your duck all that stuff's coming. So.
That's right. So Wilshire Gun is proud to announce for September, we got, well, this is just one example. Hunting shotguns are going to be 10% off for the month of September. All of the hunting SKUs down there on the wall that you see in stock, 10% off. Right off the top, no questions asked, ready to roll. So this is the Retay, one of the Retays. We have a few of them. I believe there's a Mossberg, a couple Mossbergs down there. There's some Berettas.
We carry our 3 primary brands, right? We're carrying the Retays, our Mossbergs, and we carry the Berettas for our sporting and hunting shotguns.
Yep.
And all of them have really unique features, right? I mean, I personally shoot for sporting clays and hunting. For many things, I shoot, an A391 Beretta gas gun for hunting, particularly ducks, 3.5 inch. And then I go and I take and I'll shoot, A400 Explore Action, which we have down there as well, that I shoot for sporting clays, for Berettas. And then for my turkey gun and field guns that I have for my kids, I've gone and I've been shooting the Retays, and absolutely love the Retays. They're awesome. I mean, I can explain about it if you want, but I mean, it's just, they are really, really cool guns. When you look around the bevy of Turkish, really what I call high-end Turkish shotgun, semi-auto shotguns, when the Benelli patents ran out. But ultimately at the end, the Retays are very nice. I mean, if you've seen a Super Black Eagle, you haven't even truly seen the Retay, because they take that and they have re-engineered, redesigned, and added on to the concept of the inertia system that's there, and really perfected it, and really taken up a lot of the things that were deficient within the inertia system, particularly when you get into bad weather, bad conditions, things that could go wrong with your inertia guns. People have figured out how to engineer the angst out of them, and that's what you have with the Retays. Really, really cool feature set.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, we're excited for it, because we know we love giving you guys deals as best we can. The shotguns being on sale is a great opportunity to get into a very nice new shotgun. So come check out, kind of our options, what we got up there on the wall. We'd love to see you in and picking up shotguns, right? So
absolutely. So something we wanted to talk with everybody about. When I hop on these, whether it's here or you've seen videos me sitting back behind my desk, kind of giving it straight to you. So it's been a real hard month for us. As everybody knows, or almost everybody knows at this point, we lost the cafe this month. Sam, Cass, Tammy, all the folks that have worked so hard through all the years, 5 years worth of, I took over as the GM in 2017. They took over and started operating the cafe that summer. So the summer of 2017, and been incredible partners and family for us since then. I mean, we don't think of them as a different company. We've always thought of them as family. We're all the same. We do everything together. Our company Christmas party's all the same, all together. We do everything. So it's with, heavy heart that we have to say that they had to go and take and cease operations, right? And the reasoning behind that, there's multiple reasoning and everything that goes on in life. It's never perfect, right? And we're kind of in a time of transition in our country, and a time of a lot of things going on. And, it is what it is. But one of the things I wanted to address was a lot of people out there, when we looked at social media and a lot of other stuff, I'm not going to address people out there there were a lot of what I call dumb comments of people who had no idea what they're talking about. It's not, I don't care. The things that I do want to go and take and address, though, are the people out there that do care and really do want to know what's going on. And more importantly, they want to know what's going on with everybody. So we're working to ensure that everybody there from the cafe has a landing spot. So all the staff, we're working to make sure that everybody has a home. So we're working on that piece. We've got the final puzzles going into place. Hopefully today, while we're shooting this video, we'll go and we'll have the final places to go and take and make sure that all of the staff from there are either going to go and find a home back at Wilshire Gun or find another job that they're going to go and take and be able to go into so that they have a landing spot. So that was the biggest thing that a lot of people are asking, because I know how much everybody loves and cares for Cass and Nikki and Tammy and just everybody. So just I wanted to come here and tell everybody and assure everybody that while they're not our employees, yeah, they're not my employees. They're my family. They're our family. We're going to take care of everybody. We're taking care of everybody. So I just wanted to let you all know that and know that we're going to go and take and figure that out. And on the other side of the cafe is we right now, this wasn't really expected. It had to happen, but it was out of left field to a certain degree. So we don't really have a plan right now. Everybody knows me. I'm pretty open. I tell you the truth straight up all the time, good, bad, or ugly. So we didn't really have a plan for this, so the space is kind of sitting unused. But we've been asked by a lot of people, say, hey, are you going to go and bring somebody else in to operate it? Are you going to operate it? Wilshire's not going to go and go back to operating the cafe. But if we find somebody who has a unique vision for the space, wants to figure out how to go and take and use it, would be a good fit that we could work with, that we're more than welcome to listen. So if you know somebody out there that had an interesting concept that would want to make it work, we are more than willing to go and take and listen and would love to talk with them. Please send them my way, and we can go and take and we can chat and figure out if it would work, if it would be a good match. So and hopefully we do. Hopefully we find somebody, because it's one of the things that makes us really unique. That's it. Bottom line coming from me. So you guys hear here first.
Yep. All right, guys. As always, we really appreciate you, taking your time to listen to us, watching us. If you have any questions, we're always here to answer. We love fielding them. Until next month, we can't wait to see you.